Hi guys, welcome to the Lisa Lashley School of Music YouTube channel. I'm Johnny and we're back with another episode of Beat Breakdown with my boy Tony. How are you, bro? You good?
Yeah, man, I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all good, bro. I'm all good. So today we've got a pop track that Tony's going to be breaking down. Firstly, talk to us about the track, bro, where you got the inspiration, what the reason you made it.
Yeah, so like Johnny said, this is a pop track. This was actually one of the briefs that we were given by LLSOM a few weeks back. I thought it'd be perfect to do for a beat breakdown. Like the last episode we did, there wasn't many things like going on in the track, but this one's got a bit more going on, like go a bit more in depth into this one.
We're in depth, nice. So yeah, man, let's start off with the drums first and foremost.
Yeah, definitely. Drop down, I'll put a clicker on. So yeah, that's the drums that we have for the track. If I just first go into the kick, yeah, it's just got a simple compressor.
Yep.
On that quickly. Yep, tight drum kick.
Nice.
That's just to get that kick just a little bit bouncy, make it that give it that little bit of kind of like a retro sound to it.
Yeah, I was getting the vibe. Yeah, man, I'm really enjoying that.
And yeah, this is the EQ I have on my kick as well. I've boosted some of the frequencies out here just to give it a bit of resonance, give the kick a little bit of flavor and just its own like little sound.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so next we got our percussion hits. We got our snare, claps. We've got 2 snares and a clap. Nothing too crazy going on with these 2 snares. They're basically underlayers just to shape the sound of the clap just a little bit. But the main snare here,
yeah, you got a space design, a reverb, but let's look at the EQ first.
Yeah, I've just cut out some of the low ends because the original sample had some it was a bit too muddy in the low end, so I wanted to cut out some of them lows and basically just make space for like my bass and my kick sounds. So yeah, this space designer is actually a gated reverb.
Oh nice. That's
a small space gated reverb. Basically just gives it that little retro feeling, like it says 80s snare. Just gives it 80s vibe. Like a lot of reverbs from that time, they're all very gated reverbs. So like you would hear the sound, just after the sound plays, you'd get that reverb coming in rather than following the sound straight away. It would just delay itself just a little bit. So yeah, that's our snares. So yeah, next we have the toms. Toms are literally right at the end, just a little fill, just to make it not really like it's too constant, giving a listener just a little bit of ear candy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what the toms are. Same with the crash, the little crash cymbal. It's not all over the place. It's literally at the start. You have the toms at the end, the crash at the start, kind of like letting the listener know like where the beginning is and where the ending is of certain like sections in the drum pattern.
Yeah.
And the hi-hat, I couldn't find like a perfect sample for a hi-hat, so I just quickly went onto Looperman and found a little hi-hat loop, and it literally worked perfect when I spaced it out. So yeah, that's literally our drums. Got a little flanger on the hats. This is what I love to do. I love putting this little preset in Logic on the Logic flanger, orange flanger. It just makes it sound so, it gives it that extra atmosphere. Like it just helps the sound so much. And yeah, that's basically everything on our drums.
So moving on from the drums.
Yeah, so after the drums, we have our main melody sounds, my chords and the chord progression that we use throughout the track. Yeah, like you can see a few of them are duplicated. That's because in another section, so in the drop section, they change slightly. There's a small variation in the sounds. Yeah, this is literally, it's just the Alchemy preset. There's nothing too crazy going on. Yeah, I haven't really changed anything here. It's just a preset. I thought it sounded really nice.
Groundwater, so preset.
Yeah, keys, groundwater in Alchemy. And next up, we have a little pad as well, just to go underneath it. Just again, to just give it a little bit of atmosphere, a little bit of just a little bit of the vibe. Yeah, air pad.
There you go. Yeah, 80s air pad.
gives the song just a little bit of space. Like it just makes it feel and sound nicer, and it fit perfectly with the rest of the track as well. So wasn't too much problems going on with that. But yeah, that's our chords. Underneath our chords, we have the plucks. Now the plucks, I thought I'd go with a pluck because when you're making like pop, especially like 80s pop or like a retro kind of pop song, there were always like pluck sounds. They were always like trying to add synths, like the smallest way possible. And I will admit, like these synths on the plucks here, they're a little bit overkill maybe, but they just do work, if you know what I mean. They just work really nicely. Yeah, so that's this synth. It just sounded nice, arped it, so it gave it that little bit of extra pluck sound. This one here is a bit more plucky. It's a vocal one, this one.
Oh, nice.
It's got a vocal behind it, even though it's called Midnight Jupiter Keys. It just gave it a really nice sound. And yeah, again, literally, when it came to making this genre, it was literally all about just space, atmosphere. How can I make it as retro sounding as possible? All that kind of thing.
Oh, there you go, guys. So yeah, moving on to now, bro. Talk to me about what you've done with the bass.
So yeah, literally the bass, very simple, very, very clean. It's just a standard bass. I've got some audio effects going in just to boost the sound of it a little bit, because without the audio effects, it doesn't really cut through the mix very well. Again, this is just the Alchemy bass. It's just a standard heavy sub bass in Alchemy. A lot of the sounds for the melodies and the chorus, the plucks and the bass, all of that, I use Alchemy a lot. I really do love it. It's an amazing sound. If we come over to the drop section here, I've actually used a different sounding bass. I've got a bass in ES2 with the exact same compressor. It's got a sample delay on it just to make it a little bit wider. I went over that in the last beat breakdown on the snares and claps. I decided to add it on the bass this time. Just made it a bit more wider in the mix, basically.
Frequency,
and it worked really well. And yeah, this is my favorite bass preset. I use it in as many tracks as I possibly can. I literally made a video. It's up on the LLSOM Instagram how to make this bass. So if you haven't seen it, go and watch it. Jonny will link it. And yeah, again,
Bit Crusher on this one as well.
Yeah, Bit Crusher. I love Bit Crusher. It just adds that little retro sounding thing. I don't know how to explain it really too well. But like it gives it all that like 8-bit, like you can see it there, like 10-bit. Like if you're familiar with like 8-bit gaming and stuff, how the sounds from that come through, like it gives it that little bit of a vibe, and it just works really nicely with this style of track. Yeah, man. So yeah, that's our basses. Also, sorry, before I forget, these basses are different to this one, where in the verse, the bass is just a flat note. But if I play these basses quickly in our drop section, they're actually staggered a little bit. Yeah, so next up, after I had my basses, I just added some sound effects, a couple white noises, some uprisers, some downrisers. Yeah, just to make, it just shapes this track. Like when you listen to it through, it just shapes the track. It builds the tension, it builds the suspense, and then it releases it all when the downrisers come in. Yeah, and then again, it's typical of like many like pop songs. They use it often, like even now to this day, pop songs that come out nowadays, they're using them all the time. Used a little bit more nowadays in like EDM and house and that kind of thing, but still they're used like in pop a lot. So yeah.
So there you go, guys. Thank you very much, Tony, for breaking that beat down for everyone again. Now let's listen to the final product, the bounce of it.
No problem, man.
Wow, wow. I don't know about you guys, but that's giving me goosebumps. I'm not gonna lie. Really enjoyed that, Tony, man. Thank you very much for that.
No
Like I said,
problem,
the
man.
hi-hats work so well with the sound effects. Like you've got sort of the spaceships kind of sound effects that implicate it well. The synths are amazing, man. Like you've really smashed this one. I appreciate it, bro. So everyone else that's watching, I hope. So if you have, guys, if you found all Tony's tips helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the Lisa Lashley School of Music YouTube channel. That's all from us this week. Thank you very much, Tony. Anything you wanted to say, bro?
Just appreciate all the kind words you're giving me, man. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to do this as well.
No worries. I'm always blessed having you on here, bro. So yeah, there you go, guys. Until next time, have a good one, guys. Peace out.